Alright, what's going on everyone over on the channel? My name is Scott and I am back with you guys again for another video. In this video I'm going to be having a follow-up discussion to a discussion we had maybe about a month ago where we talked about the Phantom and the Vandal and which gun was overall better. And in that video I basically came to the conclusion that the Phantom was better than the Vandal. But now that yesterday's patch has come out and I think it's a little bit more clear that they are on the same playing field and that they now have such a small discrepancy between the two that I think it's now like a better time to have a discussion about which of these two guns you should actually be using in Valorant. Now, I feel like I should start here by mentioning that the stats of these guns have not actually changed at all. So what I mentioned in the last video, which I will have linked down in the description for a comparison, is it's all pretty much the same. The statistics of the guns have not changed at all. What has changed is the mechanics of how the guns play in game. Now, you guys may be wondering, how could the gun mechanics change, but the statistics of the gun do not change at all? So what they did is they actually messed with the kickback of the Vandal and the tap fire efficiency of both the Phantom and the Vandal. So I'm going to start with the changes made to the Vandal. So essentially, you guys know before, all the guns in the game, or all the rifles in the game for the most part, have some form of a 7 spray pattern, meaning that if you were to spray them at a wall, it would form into a 7 of bullet holes into the wall. So what was the difference before? Before, the 7 that would be shot into the wall with the Phantom was pretty small. I mean, it was a pretty easy recoil to control, but the Vandal's recoil was insane. I mean, it was a lot bigger, it was a lot harder to control. So what did they do to kind of put these two guns on a more even playing field? So essentially what they did here is they made the Vandal kick up less when shooting, therefore making its recoil pattern a lot smaller and basically that of what the Phantom is. So now that these two guns have almost a pretty similar kick up feature to where they're not really kicking up that much and the spray is a lot closer to the center of your screen and easier to control, I think it's time we reevaluate the values of these weapons and take a better look at what they can do now that they're on like a similar playing field in that sense. Alright, so the next thing we're going to move on to here is the tap efficiency of both of these weapons. They actually both did get buffed, but one significantly more than the other. Now, if you guys did not already know, the previous tap efficiency of the Vandal was rated at a 4. The previous tap efficiency of the Phantom was rated at a 3, so they were very similar when it came to tap firing. What is the values now? In this new update, the 0.50 update, they changed it so that the Vandal's tap firing efficiency is now rated at a 6, while the Phantom's tap firing efficiency is now rated at a 4, meaning that the Vandal's tap firing is now significantly better than that of the Phantom. Now, I'm actually going to have a demo up on the screen right now of the Vandal tap firing in this new patch, showing you guys that it is now something viable, where I felt like before, tap firing really was not a viable strategy in Valorant because it took so long for your gun to reset, specifically the Vandal to reset, after you had already shot that first shot, and I think now that that's something that's viable, you're going to see a lot of people playing the farther back angle with the Vandal, because another thing that I have to mention in this comparison, guys, is that the Vandal can one-tap from anywhere on the map, where the Phantom can only one-tap at up close, medium, and far ranges. The Phantom can't one-tap. So essentially what you guys are going to want to be doing now, and I think the way the meta is going to be shifting, is to these long-range tap-firing AR fights where the two players are going to be competing to get a headshot on each other first, because I think that's where the meta is going to shift. Now that there's less recoil, even at mid-range distances, you're going to want to use the Vandal because of the higher damage potential that it could be doing. Up close, there is not really too much of a difference, so if you do take a lot of up-close fights, like if 80 to 90% of your fights are up close, maybe just stick with whatever feels better for you. But if you're taking those mid and long-range fights, there really is no reason not to be switching to the Vandal, in my opinion. So essentially, what I'm going to finish on here, guys, is that I think the Vandal has now become a better weapon than the Phantom overall when it comes to Valorant. How this changes over time is yet to be seen, but I'm excited to see how this plays out going into the future. Let me know everything you guys think down in the comment section below. Before the video ends, I want to let you guys know we do have a Discord server. We are at 900-ish members right now. We want to get to 1,000. It's a huge goal we set out for when we created this YV brand, whatever, your Valorant. That'd be huge if we could talk to you guys over on our server. So definitely go join it. The link is in the description below. It's in the bio of our Twitter. Go follow that. It's at your Valorant. And yeah, guys, it's been Scott. I'll see you in a video tomorrow. Peace.